No one's on the ice just yet. Refs aren't here, so got plenty of time. There's 6 minutes on the warm-up clock there, but there we go. Refs coming out. Culver about to join as well. We're coming in hot and heavy. My daughter just won their districts down there in District 2, playing for White Bear Lake. Their 12U B team, having a very successful year. Anyway, we're here back at the Herb Brooks National Hockey Center at St. Cloud. Been here quite a few times. Really awesome facility. Fun playing here. I think had, I don't know, 5 or 6 games here already this year. It's kind of fun playing at all these pretty amazing venues. Let's see here. Last time I ran into some trouble where you guys said that the view was cut off when I was streaming here. So let me check and make sure that everything's looking okay. Pull this up on my other phone here and have a look and just kind of check and see if what I see is what you guys see. Yeah, it seems like it's good. Okay. See if I can't play around and zoom this in and make some adjustments here. You're welcome. Whoever said thank you for filming. Happy to do it. Just bear with me as I try to get some things set up a little bit better. I wonder if I can get away with zooming a little bit and see. Might be too much. Let's go night. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Nicholson. Good to see you joining. View looks okay. I might zoom back out if I can't capture it. If it looks like it's too choppy, moving around, send me a text or drop me a comment or something. Let me know. And hopefully the connection stays stable. It's a little bit harder last time. Staying connected. This does make it easier, but I try to get it so that I don't have to move around too much and I can keep the entire zone in the frame. That pretty much covers it, I think. Some spot check back through here, get the neutral zone. Looks like it covers it. And then looks like I get the other side pretty good too. All right, back over this way. So yesterday, had a good game, I would say. Yeah, I might have to stay out just to give me a little bit more wiggle room there. Yesterday was a good game. We ended up losing, I think it was 5-3 was the final score. There was an empty netter involved. Not from a lack of effort, though, by Kinger. Holy cow. He really chased down that one and took a sliding dive attempt to try to save it, keep it out of the back of the net. But alas, it found its way in on the right side. I think we outshot him. We ended up, 35 to 17, 18 shots, something like that. It was basically a 2-to-1 shot ratio in our favor, but they just had a really hot goalie. Made a lot of really good saves. Just by the guys there, good setups. We split the game with a cut in the middle of the second period. And St. Cloud, or Culver, coming back after that break, just came out really strong, scored two quick goals right at the beginning of that second half. We answered and stayed right with it, and had it tied and then down 4-3 where that empty netter played out. But let's see what we can do today. Not sure which other goalies. They got two guys over there as well. So looks like the other goalie's been warming up, but I'm not sure how they'll play this one out. The goalie actually has the captain's letter on for Culver. Looks like we got Maley and Bryant over there, maybe doing the clock and the scoreboard. Yeah, yesterday the clock was really that buzzer that you might have just heard right there. Randomly went off a few times during the game in the middle of the play. I think they accidentally hit the auto horn. I recognized the score clock that they were using, the device. We use the same thing in the light go rinks, and you can click a button to where basically the horn goes off at a set interval time, which is pretty much what happened. So I think they figured that out and got it sorted, but it's kind of weird. We had two buzzers right in the middle of play. I think sometime in the second period, can't remember. Either way, I'm sure they got it sorted out. We got Spiewak back with us. He played yesterday as well. Looked good, looked strong. So it's always nice to see answered prayers and people able to come back and be healthy again. The warm-ups are over. Guys gathering up, and we will be underway shortly. This is our second of 3 games. We play these guys again tomorrow here. Yesterday, we were over at University of St. Thomas. We were on the practice sheet, which I think they call Tommy's Iceplex, as a part of the new Lee and I can't remember the wife's name, Anderson, I think it was. Lee and something Anderson Arena. Really nice facility. We didn't even get to go over to the other sheet. They had a college game there last night, the boys went to. So they had things kind of shut down in anticipation of the opening doors there. But even the practice facility was amazing. I mean, it was a really good rink. All right, we're about to have the puck drop as the refs make some final discussions and adjustments, grabbing a couple of pucks. Braden is out there. He's got Whitmore and McGovern with him. We have Kinger and Cassidy up high on D. 18 minutes on the clock, and we are about to get underway. Face-off, coming back to NorthStar. Ian over to Kinger. Kinger back over to Ian. They go back and forth a few times, playing the puck around. Go cross ice up high. Noah throws it in. This one rims around. Culver's going to get to it. They're able to chip the puck up. That goes through, cleared everybody, but gets tipped up enough to slow down. Kinger gets there, backhands it to Ian. Ian coming up the far side, chips it up. Gets it to Cash. Cash makes a bump back to Kinger in the middle, and we come in offsides. Noah jumped the gun just a little bit on that cross corner pass from Kinger. So we get our first whistle of the game, and we head back to... Ooh, my camera just stand came loose. Sorry about that. So we head back this way. 30 seconds in, guys go out for a change. Potter's going to take this face off with Larkin and Spiewak with him. And Suki and Schulenberger now out on D. Puck pops forward. Culver's able to enter into the zone. Dangerous down in the slot here. Quick snapping turn shot that Brandon is ready for. Gets a glove on it, hangs onto it. Same guy's out after a quick whistle here. Potter to take this face off. That drives up to the top of the circles. Then it's poked down low. Finds its way to the net where Brandon covers it up again. Ref didn't like what he saw on the face-off. Sends Potter out. Spiewak comes in. Spiewak driving that puck out to the wall. Gets kept in by Culver. Rims around back behind the net. Thrown in front. Spiewak breaks it up. Potter comes away with it. It's got Larkin up the middle. Makes a move. Center's pass. Couldn't quite connect. Now it's loose coming up high. Larkin gets to it. He gets poked off. Schulenberger and Suki now covering the defensive end. That gets by a couple of guys. Larkin cleans it up, though. Now Spiewak coming up the left side, bumps it up for Suk. Suk chips it in deep. This one rims around. Their goalie settles it down. It is the other goalie for Culver today. We had number 1 was the goalie yesterday. Number 30's in now. Cooper and Jax trying to make something happen here at center ice. That's broken up. Comes back to Drew. Drew comes up to Winter. And Culver's able to turn it over at the blue line. They chip it back, get it out in the neutral space. Cooper gets it over to Winter. Winter shot just off the mark. Cooper picks it up back behind the net. Drops it out wide for Winter. Winter comes up high. Drew throws it towards the net. That one comes clean over to the near side. Goldie has it. Skating up high. Mohawks around. Gets to the bottom of the dot. Takes a shot. Looks like that just came a little high. This one pops out into neutral space. Cooper looking for a pass cross ice. That's broken up. Thrown in by Culver. This one rims all the way around. Thrown in front. Good defensive play by Cooper in the right spot. Drew trying to poke it forward. Can't do it. Irvs chips it up. Just a little off the mark, though. And it gets by Winter. Winter avoids the icing by getting in there quick, though, as they battle for it down in the corner. This one pops back behind the goal. Culver now working that bump pass off on their breakout. And they chip the puck in and go for a change. Kanger's going to settle it down. And skates up the middle. Finds a stretch pass looking for Winter. That one's on target. Culver coming back the other way. Coming in through the middle. That's broken up. They recover. Throw it back in. They're off sides and tag up. Kanger reversing it back off the wall. Culver's there, though. Throws it back down towards the middle. That's broken up. Goes into the corner. Burke's there. Weiser comes in to help. Big scramble back behind the net. Kanger comes away with it. Reverses down low. Gets some help from Burke. Off the wall from Ethan. Ethan gets it up to Lang. And that's broken up at center ice. Culver trying to throw it back the other way. They get it into the zone. Scramble and get possession. Chip it towards the middle. And Weiser breaks it up. Weiser now with a little bit of room. He's got some guys in his way. Drives the puck in, but takes the hit. Burke trying to put on some pressure. Weiser covering a lot of ice. This guy's got some speed, though. Broken up well by Ryan up at the blue line. And then they come in offsides. Noah trying to drive that puck forward in the neutral zone. Culver's able to chip it in back into the NorthStar end. Pipe comes off the pegs, and we get a whistle. Looks like this one will come back to the neutral zone. That face-off goes to Culver. They pop it out wide, D to D, chip it in. Schulenberger chips it. Braden does as well. Comes up to Cash from the half wall. That's broken up in the skates. It's like Cash comes away with the puck, drops it up high for Noah. Noah chipping it out to Suki. Suki from the outside hashes, skates down low, back behind the net, looking for a tic-tac-toe play. That doesn't work out. Pops back into neutral space. Schulenberger's there, chips it past his man. Noah now feathers this one in. The goalie settles it down. Braden goes in on some forecheck pressure. Culver's able to stretch one, but they miss, and it ices all the way down. We're at 13-11 now in the first period. And this puck comes back down this way. Face-off driven forward. Larkin is there. Little fancy pass there at the top of the circle. Spiewak has to adjust, hang on to it, chips it low. Cooper's there to help. He gets pinned into the corner. Spiewak comes in to help him. Larkin ends up with the puck, but stolen back behind the net. Culver now. They work their breakout, get the puck out of the zone. And we're going to go to the box now on a hard hit here on the far side of the ice. Looks like Drew's going to have to take a seat. You guys having a conversation here. We get a cross-checking call. So Corny's got to take two. And at 12:43, the Knights have to kill one off here for 2 minutes. Larkin to take this face off. Spiewak's out there with him, as is Kinger and Cassidy on D. Ref trying to get the face off in perfect positioning, apparently. Driven out wide by Larkin. Chips up the wall. Culver's able to poke it back in. Good battle and a hard clear. Comes all the way down by Larkin. Culver skating up, reaching the line, dropping the puck back. That's broken up. Spiewak taking advantage. Here we go. Oh, couldn't quite capitalize. Such a good chance. Mistake by Culver, just taking their time really casually with the puck. Spiewak ready for it, gets a poke on it, and we have a 2-on-0 break. And couldn't quite get it past the goalie on that one. So an exciting chance there, but now Culver on the one-man advantage, trying to get things set up in their offensive zone here, but they have a hard time keeping the puck in. Now Larkin's taking advantage of some open ice. He gets taken down, no call. Culver back from their goal line to the far side. They go cross ice. They can't get through clean as Braden shuts his man down. Goldie's going to pick up the puck. He's coming through, makes a couple of fancy moves, almost finds the left side. Braden was right there. Good play by Goldie. Good hands. Just couldn't quite connect. Culver throws it in. Cross corner. They got 30 seconds left on their power play as the Knights are able to clear this puck all the way down. Culver now picking up. This guy's coming out. Got a little bit of speed. Reverses it low. Braden's there putting on some pressure. They stretch one up. Have to regroup back into the neutral zone. They're off the mark. Culver's not looking as crisp as they were yesterday with his passes. Brandon traps that one, chips it towards the wall, doesn't go out clean, and gets rimmed around to the far side. Culver now getting back possession, looking to make something happen. Pulls it right up through the middle. Our man's out of the box. Quick pass out wide, though. No shots just yet. Culver still trying to set things up. Irvine joins the mix. Nothing quite happening just yet. Pops up high, chip back in. Braden's able to get a poke on it, but not before a couple of guys go down. Hands staying down, no calls. Braden's trying to evade a guy and get the puck in deep. He does. Takes a chip right in front of the Culver bench. Irvine's down low, trying to keep the puck in. Centers it, pass to Winter. Good shot. Good save by the goalie. Comes back down in our own end. Potter's going to pick it up. Reverses it back behind the net. Goes over to Drew. Drew stretches one up for Winter. Winter bump past to Potter. Potter's got some speed. He's driving hard. Forehand, backhand. Roos hits the top of the pipe. Looked to be bar down. The ref is saying no. Ooh. That sure looked good. I don't know. I wish I did, man. They're asking me for the replay. You know, there is an app that does that, like where you can do it, but we will have to go back and check that one out. From that angle, yeah, it did seem like it. So having a chit chat here, trying to figure out if that did go in. It certainly looked like it was back bar now, but refs are right there. So they had a good line of sight at it. But either way, great play by the Knights. Some smooth one-timers that worked pretty well. All right. Irvine and Winter now trying to put some pressure on, but Culver's able to evade them. Chip it around, get it back into the zone. Potter with a huge hit coming down, burying his man right here. Came in one. Full steam ahead. All right. Irvine trying to bump the puck up for Winter. That's broken up. He recovers, though. Pokes it back into the zone. Culver, though, recovers. Coming back the other way. They make a couple of bump passes. Potter picks it up. Throws it over to Cooper. Cooper gets it up to Irvs. Irvs makes a couple of moves. Drops it over to Winter. Winter trying to throw it towards the net. That's broken up. Irvs comes into the corner. Lays a hit on a guy. Falls down. Now it's a scramble as they're all piled up. Hands are coming up high. Helmets are starting to come off. Culver coming back the other way. This guy's making a couple of moves, but Ian's patient and then puts him in the wall. They center one, get a good look, good chance. Couldn't quite connect on it. Urs gets it up now to Winter. Winter drops it up high for Gabe. Gabe throws it towards the net. Tip goes up high. Rims around up to the far side. Kept in by Kinger up at the point. Culver chops at it. Finds center A space. And then they throw it down. They look to stretch. That's broken up by Ian. Ian evades. Comes over to Gabe. Gabe evades a really dangerous hit there. But Culver coming through with the puck. He gets collapsed on right into the middle. They can't get the shot off. Now we got a little bit of open ice. Ian, though, settles it down. Looking to make something happen. Using his D. Comes back to Kinger. Guys go out for a change. Braden joins the mix. Ian decides to feather this one in. Takes a weird bounce right in front of the goalie. There's Weiser there trying to put some pressure on in the offensive zone. Culver's able to clear it. They backhand it into the corner. Like it's broken up. Noah's there with Suki. Now it comes to the far side. Schulenberger's there. He backhands it up, clears the zone. Culver gets it in their own end, D to D. They throw one up and ice it. As their pass just came up a little too high and their man couldn't keep it. Things pace certainly picking up. A little bit harder to go back and forth and keep up with it here. Hopefully the feed is coming through okay. I haven't been checking it, but internet seemed to be okay when I looked earlier. Hopefully we're still good. Braden to take this face off. Noah sitting right at the top of the circle here. This is a good setup for these guys. Schulenberger and Suki up high and Whitmore out on the right. Ref didn't like what he saw on the Culver side, so that guy gets sent packing. They win the face-off, though. Take it to the hashes, then back behind the goal line. They miss on the bump pass out. Schulenberger's going to get to it. Cuts, reverses, hits the ref. We got to navigate that. Culver's able to keep it in as a result. Brandon settles it down, chips. Rides around the wall, comes up into neutral space. Noah getting on his horse, puts a little bit of pressure, forces them to go D to D back behind the net. They chip it up to the wall, bump pass. That comes out. We got to hang on to it. Suki gets a poke on it, breaks it up. And so does Noah. Now Noah's driving hard forward. Hangs onto it, snipe shot. That gets deflected and goes wide left. Culver able to chip one around, clear the zone. Suki's going to pick it up. It goes over to Schulenberger. Schulenberger, he's skating in, drops it up high for Cash. Cash makes a move, loses it. Now Culver coming the other way. They reach into the middle. There are guys spinning around. He's smooth on his skates. He's making some moves. Goes into the corner, runs out of real estate, and we're able to clear the puck. Lose it in the neutral zone, though, but now recovery. Cash stands on the first shot, loose in the middle, scrambles into Culver possession. Culver going D to D, up through the middle. Drew backhands it over to Cooper. Cooper to Spiewak. Spiewak goes cross ice over to Drew. Drew makes a move. Good shot. Rebound opportunity. Goalie makes two good saves. Keeps it out. 0-0 score still with 5:50 in the first. Spiewak breaks it up right at the blue line. Potter digs it out of his skates as Larkin picks it up. Throws it up high. We don't have a man there, and that comes all the way out. Ian finds Larkin up at the blue line. Larkin hangs onto it, looking to set something up. Little toey move, gets poked off, and then a shot deflects up into the netting. So we're at 5:26 remaining in the first period. Not a whole lot of shots. It's 5 for NorthStar, 2 for Culver. A couple of really good chances, though, by your Knights. They're playing well, moving the puck as Irvine comes out there with Gold and Winter. King and Cassidy up high. That puck drives forward. Culver's going to get to it. They hit the near side hashes, chip it out into neutral space, but they're off the mark and they ice the puck. So we'll come right back down. We're going to zoom a little bit, make it a little bit better. We'll see if that works. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. We'll check it out later. It's always so hard to see the players, from home, depending on what you're watching on. But anyway, Knight's able to drive that puck forward. Culver gets possession back, but not clean. And then it's stolen at the hashes. Goldie gets it up high. The one-timer from Ian doesn't connect clean. Jax puts on some pressure in the corner. Culver able to chip it around to the near side. Winter now with the puck. Loses it. Irvine's going to pick it up, but we're offsides as Winter got pushed into the offensive zone as he tried to chip that puck to Jax. Face off. Comes back to us, and Kinger chips it up off the boards, finds Lang. Lang throws it in deep. Their goalie settles it down. Burke puts on some pressure, forces them to go D to D back behind the net. Weiser with a good read and a picked off pass, takes a shot, goes across through the paint, clean to the far side, and rims all the way down. Kinger's going to get it. Kinger goes D to D, finds Ian. Ian up through the middle to Weiser. That one rolls up his stick, though. Now Culver's coming back the other way. Culver making some moves. Toe drag gets shut down. Quick secondary shot, though, and Brandon's ready for it. Makes a good save. Little bump pass off the wall from Lang. Gets it over to Cass. Cassidy's driving through, gets poked off the puck. And then Langer comes in and steals a pass. He gets collapsed on, and Culver enters into the zone. They drop it up high, making some moves. That's broken up. Suki now skating up, got a little bit of a lane. He's got Gabe with him. Suki with a snap shot. Finds it over the goal. He makes a fancy little move with the puck. All right, Potter to take this face off. He's got Gabe with him. Potter with the puck back behind the net. Gabe's going to pick it up. Bumps it up high for Suki. Suki throws it in the corner. Winter has it. Winter goes up to the other side. Schulenberger chips it down low. This one gets rimmed around, back up to the near side. We got to regroup in the center. Oh, Culver getting a chance here on a break. Brandon's able to poke at it, has to recover. And to come all the way over. Sorry, the camera's not quite there. So a little bit of a mix-up on our side creates an opportunity for Culver. Brandon's ready for it, has to scramble and get over to the left side quick. But does a good job. And then the Calvary came and helped get the puck into Brandon's possession. Face off one by Culver, comes straight up to the top, sticked into the corner by Brandon. Goes over to the far side. That gets by a couple of guys, and Drew gets it, rims around to the near side. Noah's going to pick it up at the blue line. He's got to dig it out of his feet, chips it forward for Cash. Cash goes in on the forecheck, puts on some pressure, gets a stick on it. Noah gets pinned in the corner, and Braden comes in to help. Comes all the way over to the far side. Culver's going to get there. They chip it through the middle. They're off the mark. This one comes all the way down. Cooper trying to get puck cleared. He does. Comes into the middle, but Culver throws it right back. They settle things down. They throw it up high, but Cash is there. Cash gets it over to Strom. Strom coming through. Shot. Finds a glove. This goalie's quick. As the guys get tied up a little bit back behind the net. The ref comes over to settle that down. Face off, stuck inside the circle, gets chipped down low. Hard clear up the glass by Culver. Finger tries to catch that one like a ground ball, but it gets by him. And then he scrambles and gets a stick on it, but Culver finds a loose puck, drives it all the way in, gets a shot that Brandon's ready for. 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Looks like our trainer's coming over to the bench of Culver to have a look at one of their players. Might have been not sure who that is, but maybe the guy that took a good wallop earlier. So we battle for it right along the near side half wall. Kinger coming away with the puck. It's taken down, no call, but he gets the puck to Spiewak. Spiewak comes out wide. It's just off the mark for Larkin. He's got to stretch out, can't quite get to it. Culver doesn't clear it well, and Larkin ends up with the puck. He's got 3-on-1 coverage down in the corner. Culver's able to chip it back behind the net. And they come up. That's batted down by Spiewak as Potter puts a good hit on a guy in the backfield. This comes deep into the zone. Kinger gets there. Stays on his feet and chips the puck up. That bumps into neutral space. Culver's ready for it, though. They're coming back with speed, moving puck around. Quick snapshot, deflects, goes up into the corner. Sorry, looks like it actually snuck past the netting somehow and went out of play. Not quite sure how that popped out. Face off one by Culver. Gets thrown up high. We'll get it down in the slot. Brandon gets to it. Irvine's got to dig it out of his feet. Bumps it down low, looks for some help. Little fancy toe drag move. Culver takes a shot that goes just wide right of the net. They battle for it down low. Irvine's going to pick it up. He gets pickpocket, stays with it though. Comes up high, forces his man to dump it back into the corner. Culver trying to make some moves. Gets a Schulenberger right in his face though. Good shot right from the slot, broken up and a block. Not sure if that was Goldie or Schulenberger. Either way, it didn't go in, and we got 30 seconds left to go. This one rims around to the near side. Irvine's going to get to it. Bump pass up to the middle, trying to find Weiser. That's broken up. Culver regroups, but their pass doesn't come through as Suki's there. Suki drops it up for Wise. That's broken up. Culver chipping it through, makes a fancy move, gets around a couple of guys. Good poke by Brandon. I think they wanted a hooking call that I think they might have had a good argument for, but no call. I think they could have made a case there for that. I thought we were going to get called as well. 5.1 seconds as Burt goes to take this face off. Gabe and Langner with him. Puck stops at the dots, then comes down low, and then it's chipped up out of the zone. And a bouncing puck will eat up the final seconds. And these guys will have a quick chat, I believe, on the bench, and then we come right back to play. Pretty sure they'll cut halfway through the game. And while we're doing that, I could be wrong, actually. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, no. Saw some of the guys skating off, so I wasn't sure. So I'm just trying to find the optimal spot here so I can be as zoomed in as possible, but not have to cut the heads or feet off of anything. I have to move the camera around a little bit more when I do this, but it's always nicer to be zoomed in a little bit so you guys can see the players and the numbers a little bit better. We'll try it. If it doesn't work out, if I think it's too choppy, I'll come back and zoom back out. So we finished 8-8 on shots, 0-0 on the score. After that opening period, pretty sure we'll run about 8.5, 9 minutes and then have an ice cut at some point here in the second period. The refs are over having a discussion with our bench. Not sure what they were talking about, but all right, this puck drops, comes back to NorthStar, is able to chip the puck in. Sorry, doing something else. Comes back up high, kept in by Drew. Culver able to move the puck up the ice. They throw it towards the net. Goes into the corner. Cash able to get to it. Gets it up to Noah. Finds Braden. Braden with a shot. Rolls up the pads. It bounces back behind the net. And Culver digs it out from their feet. Cash puts on some pressure, though. Noah gets it up to Ian. Ian walks the line. Throws it out wide for Noah. Noah finds a goalie just a little bit high on the crease. And he's able to bury one from the right side on a pretty tight angle shot. So just a few ticks into the second, NorthStar goes up 1-0. A little bit harder to follow, even just zoomed in a little bit. So I don't know if we'll stick with that. We'll keep trying it though. Hopefully that shot was in the frame. Otter, Larkin, and Spiewak now. There's Ian and Kinger. Culver, they're able to bump this puck out, clear the zone, drive it in. That's broken up though. They're offsides, and now Ian takes advantage. He chips it up, gets it to Spiewak. Spiewak back up high. Ian, shot towards the net, loose on the left side. Potter cleans up the rebound. Well, NorthStar putting together a couple of quick back-to-back goals about 15 seconds apart. I think that's around what it was. Either way, two in the back of the net. Face off, comes back to NorthStar. Spiewak chips it back into our own end. Kinger's going to get to it. Kinger goes D to D. Gets it over to Ian. Ian goes cross corner, finds Spiewak. It's in his skates though. Culver tries to clear it, can't. Larkin gets it, sets things up, throws it up high. Gets it to Kinger. Kinger throws it back towards the net. Goalie shuts it down. I can't follow it quite that fast. I'm going to have to zoom back out, guys. Just a little too hard to keep up with the play. Let me come in a little bit here. There we go. And that puck driven forward, cleared by Culver, up and out of play. They do delay a game in USA Hockey for midgets or not. But ref didn't like what he saw there. Both guys get sent packing, so Irvine comes in to take this face off. It drives out to the wall, then down low and cleared by Culver. Suki's there. He's able to throw it back in. We're offsides. I think a weird bounce ends up in the corner of the goalie's crease. And they try to stretch one. It's on target, and Brandon's going to melt that down as he takes a shower from a couple of players. Face-off driven forward, cleared by Irvine. Comes all the way down. No icing. This one comes back into our own end. Suki's going to get to it. Comes over to Schulenberger. He stretches out, able to hang on to that one. He throws this cross ice, finds Irvine. Looks like it got tipped, but refs didn't see it that way. I could have sworn we tipped that. All right. Wise, Lang, and Tuner out there. We got Smith and I think Picorni on D. Yep. Bouncing puck. Culver takes advantage. They try to one-time one. It's up in the air. He baseballs that a little bit. They miss on it, though, and it becomes a scramble over at the far side boards. Burke able to chip at it. Drew's going to get it now. He can't quite clear it. Culver keeps it low. They blow a tire, and Throw it up towards the top. Brandon gets a poke on that one, just trying to disrupt it. Quick turning shot, blocked, comes back over to the far side wall. Ethan gets there, gets pinned. A couple of guys going down in the corner now as they battle for possession. Culver comes away with it. They throw it up high. This guy walks the line, comes in. He's got a little bit of room. Top of the circle, shot, deflect. Goes up into the netting. And we get some fresh legs on both sides. Noah comes out here. We got McGovern, Strom, and Whitmore. King is out there with Cassidy. Puck literally stuck right on the dot for a few seconds. Kinger comes away with it, takes it back behind the net. He looks to set things up, uses the net, evades a guy, chips it up, reaches center ice. Noah tries to connect on a pass. That gets broken up. Culver now has it. That pass is broken up by Whitmore, and a couple of offsides tangled up. Now Braden and another player get tangled up a little bit, and the ref comes over and gets in the way of any progression on that. It's like we're okay, and we get back to action soon. We've had 6 guys out. They make the adjustment. Neutral zone drop here. Braden at the face-off circle. Drives it forward. Whitmore gets it. Takes a quick snapshot. Right in the stomach of the goalie, though. 14-9 on the shots. 2-0 in favor of the Knights. Both stats there. About 14:32 into this second period. Face-off clean to the Knights. Comes up high. Kinger throws it into the near side corner. Braden gets there. He gets taken down. Drew a penalty. Not sure what the penalty was. Parents don't like it at all. So I guess they're going to call a trip. Well, that's a colorful language being thrown around the rink. Face off, driven forward as your Knights work on a power play. Culver's able to clear it. This one comes all the way down. Spiewak's going to get to it. He settles it down back behind the net. Ian to Larkin. Larkin up to Potts. Potts with a bump to Larkin. Throws it down low. Oh, good setup. Spiewak right there. Couldn't quite capitalize. Pops into the open space up top where Ian settles it down. Drops it for Larkin. Larkin from the top. Comes through, comes out wide. Spiewak back to Larkin. They didn't like it, so they settle it down. Try to set it up again. Spiewak, quick snap, shot, blocked. Goes over to the far side corner. Hard clear by Culver. Comes all the way down. Brandon's going to get a touch on it. Larkin with a little bit of room. Moving around. Comes up wide to Spiewak. Spiewak gets broken up. And Culver's not able to clear it on the first attempt. They do on the second, though, as we have under a minute in this power play. Drew touching up with the puck back behind the net. Kinger and Strom come with him. Strom up the near side. Comes inside the dots right down Royal Road. Gets poked off. Gets it back. Culver gets to it. Chips it. It's on net. Brandon settles it down. Bumps it up. Throws it to Drew. Now Drew settles it down back behind the net. Braden and Kinger swing around. Kinger taking it up the far side. Drops it back down low. It's in the feet, though. And Drew's got to scramble, recover. Gets it back to Kinger. Kinger skates this one in. Drops it up high. Cash coming through. A little bit of speed. Forehand, backhand. Look for the right side. Just off the mark. Braden throws it cross corner. Kinger gets to it. It gets taken down. No call. Maybe just blew an edge. And Culver's able to clear it, and that kills off the penalty. 12:20 left to go in the second, although we will have a stop probably in 4 minutes or so. Drew scrambling. Didn't quite find his edges. But Noah comes in to help him. Noah chips it up to Winter. Winter gets there, has the puck low, has to cycle around, gets collapsed on by a couple of players. Noah now with the puck, throws it up high. Suki chips it down low for Winter. Sam goes crossover to Schulenberger. A couple of guys tied up down low. Braden comes in. He's looking for somebody, finds him, and then Culver comes in and supports. Scramble right in front of the net. It's loose. And we get a whistle. Puck popped out. Not sure what the whistle's for, if the net popped off or they just couldn't see it, but the guys are all hog piled up in the mix afterwards. A couple of guys get escorted out. Ouch. All right, let's see. Looks like we're going to have an offset here for the scrum. I think Winter's going in. Number 9 for Culver, I think, is going in. So we'll be 5-5 here. So these guys have to sit for 2 minutes. Some fresh bodies come out. Tuner, Wise, and Lee out there with Suki and Schulenberger. Puck pops up high, a little bit too high. Schulenberger, though, recovers, gets it over to Suki. Suki bumps over to Gabe. Gabe tries to chip it in. Culver's there. Takes a weird bounce off the boards. We almost take advantage. Can't quite bury that one. Suki chips at it, keeps it deep. Ethan gets it up to Schulenberger. Can't get it in clean, though. It pops in a neutral space. Suki tries to clear it. Gets blocked. Schulenberger chips it up off the glass, pops in a neutral space. Suki now finds the puck after a bit of a scramble, chips it towards the net. That's broken up. Taps at it. Culver now has it up the near side. They work their breakout. This guy's coming through. He's got some speed. He gets by us. Cuts in through the middle. Good save. And then a little bump cleared alley-oop chip. Finds its way to Culver. Ethan taps one down, disrupts the pass from going across the ice. Culver through the paint, clean to the near side. They go blue line shot, miss, and then can't quite clear it, so they get another go at it. Gabe reading that puck well. He's going to get there, throws it in, finds Burke. Burke making a couple of moves, takes a good shot. That rides up a little high. Culver able to clear the zone, but Cooper's there. Tries to cycle it. That didn't work out, but then gets broken up. Irvine, forehand, backhand, and missed Goldie, who was offsides by quite a bit. So I can hear the Zamboni. It should be coming out in another minute or so. Is this puck won by NorthStar, thrown in now by Drew, goes into the corner. Irvine's there, puts a poke on it, gets a hit. We try to make something happen, scrambling back behind the net. Puck goes over in the far side corner. Jax puts a body on, angles his guy up the puck, centers one, nobody home. This one goes clean to the near side hashes. Culver picks it up. They make some moves, clear the puck into the zone. Langer puts a hit on a guy. That draws some cheers from the crowd. Culver able to poke at it, keep it in. Goldie gets to it, chips it back behind the net, goes over to Cooper. Cooper up to Irvine. Irvine trying to center one, but guys on him quick. Drew comes in to help. Puck loose. Oh, I did not see it come out. Refs did. As Irvine was on the rush, but puck looked like it popped out. Drew disagrees. I think I disagree too. All right. Potter, Larkin, and Spiewak here with King and I think Cassidy. Yep. This one pops in a neutral space. Kinger gets it over to Ian. Ian chips it towards the middle. Culver's able to break it up, but Larkin's right there, putting good pressure on. Culver tries to feather one that hits the back of Potter. And now it's just a scramble right there in the neutral zone. Potter finds the puck. Throws it up high for Larkin. Luck's broken up. Larkin drops it back down for Potter. Gets by him. Culver picks it up back behind the net. They try to cycle, and they're able to keep possession. Can't clear it, though. Larkin gets a good stick on it. Potter comes in, puts a good hit on a guy. And Ian looking for Logan. They're just off the mark. And then Culver stretches one and ice it. And there's a buzzer at the 8-minute and 30-second mark. Just a little past halfway in this second period. We will have a bit of a break and be back after an ice cut. I'm going to go ahead and go on mute for a bit and be back here when the ice is resurfaced and we're ready to play. Zam is making its final pass, and the coaches and players are working their way back towards the ice. And just gotta zoom around, show you a little bit of the surroundings in case you haven't seen it before. Quite a bit of history there. See if I can't get a shot of the players coming on the ice for you as they come in behind Culver here. Cleaning off the last little bit of snow here after the ice cut. Doors should shut soon. Players should come out. So after 1.5 periods of play, we are 8 minutes and 30 seconds into this second period. Or sorry, remaining in the second period. The NorthStar Knights are up 2-0 over Culver Academies. 17-10 on shots in our favor as well. Hello. Some very different music selection playing today versus yesterday. Much more of a, I hate to say classical because it makes me feel really old as some of this music playing is around when I was a teenager, but still it has more of a classical feel to it. Imagine some people felt the same way, and like Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin was on an easy listening station or something. That's just got to hit you different when you hear that. But nice variety of music. Not sure who's playing it right now. Nobody over in the box, but somebody's in charge of it. Let's see if I can't go spy on my wife and daughter over here. A little bit blurry. She knows it. They're covering up. They're hiding. They must be watching on their phone. I love you, Miss Bryn. I love you, Shannon. Sorry you guys are having to deal with that at home, but what kind of husband and father would I be if I didn't embarrass those I love? Anyway, Bryn, like I said, coming off a game-winning goal in her district championships back home in White Bear, although we were actually playing in Stillwater. That's where the finals were being held. Fun arena. They had the lights going and little jumbotron type thing happening, so it was pretty cool. Some announcing and all that fun stuff. Pretty cool experience. And they go on to compete in regionals next weekend. I think they got a decent chance. There's a couple of teams that are really tough in the region too, so it'll be fun to watch. It'll be good hockey for them, that's for sure. And the other kiddo, Braden, they also made it out of the districts. They finished third, made it to the finals and lost, and then lost in the consolation game for second and third to figure out the seeding. I guess the top 3 seeds from our district go into the region, along with another district sends 3 and a third district sends 2 to make an 8-team bracket. So pretty fun, very different than North Carolina hockey, where we just don't have the volume of teams to do stuff like that, to have any type of true community feel. All right, refs give the go-ahead, and the players start coming out on the ice. I'll stay here for just a second and let you see them taking the ice. Pick your player out. Brandon comes out, followed by Larkin. And then McGovern comes out. We got Langer, Suki, Kanger, Tuner, Irvine, Gold, Smith, Wise, Lee, Schulenberger, Jensen, Strom, Spiewak, Cassidy, Whitmore, Winter, McCorney, Potter. Try to take a balance for how much I zoom in versus not, but makes it really hard to keep up with the play on this phone. So the less I have to move the camera, the better for you guys. All right. Well, let's hope this start is certainly better than the last restart from yesterday. I want to make sure. I think it was 0-0 coming into the second half of the game yesterday. And that's when Culver broke things open. Although we answered quickly and stuck with it, that's for sure. But certainly not a slouch of a team. We got some work to do here. Continue the momentum coming off the first half of this game. Puck's about to drop. Strom, Whitmore, and McGovern out there. Culver tipping the puck in. Takes a weird bounce off the back wall. Brandon's ready for it. Ian gets it over, tries to get it to Kinger. Instead, Culver has it. Puck slides by a few players. A little bump off the wall. Braden picks it up, runs into some traffic, takes it out wide, throws it up high. McGovern's there, chips it up for Kinger. Kinger gets it over to Ian. Ian takes a shot, blocked by a defenseman. Noah gets back to it, cycles it down low. Braden's going to get there, chips it up high. Ian and McGovern both going for the puck, kind of run into each other, and it comes over to the near side corner. This one pops low, keeping it in the zone. Braden tries to backhand it. That's broken up. Chipped out by Culver. Comes back into neutral space where Spiewak gets it. Spiewak makes a couple of moves, gets around a guy. He's got three in his way, trying to shake and bake, get through. Gets slew-footed backwards, and no call on that one. That was definitely a foot and an elbow. Oh, stretch pass by Culver. They're looking to make something happen. Throws it towards the net. Schulenberger breaks it up, though. Larkin picks it up, chips it up off the wall. This one's going to ride around. Comes up to Spee. Spee changes directions, makes a bump pass. Potter shuts his man down, and Suki comes through into the zone with the puck. He cuts, comes up high, throws it to Schulenberger. He misses on the one-timer, has to scramble back, does. Pokes his man, keeps it there, but they're dangerous down in front. Brandon makes a save, rolls up along the near side. Larkin now with a little bit of room. He's got one coming. Gets the shot. Loose in front. We can't get a rebound there. Pops into neutral space. And I missed the whistle. Not sure what the whistle. Maybe the net was off. Yep, net was off, so we get a whistle. There's a couple of coaches join the party late. Let's give it up for... Oh, that was a close one. Thought our trainer was going to go down there for a second. Culver coming through, driving the puck into the zone. Can't quite get it clean, though. Comes over to the near side. Pops into neutral space. They chop at it, get it back into the zone. Cooper gets there, reverses it up for Drew. Drew couldn't get rid of it. Culver now driving hard to the net, making some moves. Our net comes off, and there's the whistle after the shot goes clean through the paint from the far side. We got Soundgarden, Chris Cornell playing there. I heard that in a little bit. They battle down in the corner. Shot finds its way. Deflected, goes wide left. Irvine with the puck. Softens it up. Gets it to Winter. It's a little bit behind him. Winter taps at it. Gets it on net. And their goalie melts it down. And I think they got the Bee Gees kicking now. Man, they're all over the place with the tunes. Tuner taking this face off. Lang and Wise with him. Culver able to chip the puck. Clear the zone. It ices. And we get a quick whistle. I don't know if anybody listens to podcasts or anything, but Mike Rowe has this podcast called The Way I Heard It. It's changed. It's now like a regular talk show thing, but he used to do these short little quick stories, 5 or 6 minutes long or something like that, with the history of stuff. One, for example, was how the Bee Gees came up with the name Bee Gees. Had to do with like their two producers or something. There's two guys like Barry and Brian and Gary and something else or whatever, so it was the Bee Gees. Or maybe it was first name, last name was B and G was their initials, and there was two of them or something like that. Anyway, random thought for the day. Back to the action. Puck thrown in low by Culver. Now Cooper's going to get to it. He tries to chip it up. Doesn't come through clean, but Langer gets it over to Burke. Burke takes a hit. Puck comes around to the far side. Ian's going to get to it. He's driving it in. Throws one, looking for the top shelf. Can't quite find it. Kanger gets a poke at it. And Culver's able to chip at it and desperately clears it down for an icing. And back to the Bee Gees. I don't know if you guys can hear that with the earbuds in or not, but face off, driven straight forward. Culver's going to get to it. They chip it up, backhand, clear the zone, and this one rolls all the way down. Icing gets waved off. Kinger gets there. He cycles it back for Ian. Ian bumps it up, gets just past Cash. Culver's able to chip it back into the zone. Braden's there. He skates up high. Little bump pass to himself. Tries to muscle through a man. Loses the puck in the process, and Culver now coming back the other way. They get a poke at it. Brandon's coming up. He chips it wisely over to the side. Culver gets to it, but not before a leaping Braden comes in and buries his man as they battle for it right here along the near side boards. Kinger backhands it, gets it over to Ian. It's loose in the middle. Good job, Ian, getting to it. Thrown back in by Culver. They're offsides, gives us a second. Kinger's going to get it, scoops it up off the kick plate, chips it up off the glass, bounces weird into the center of the ice. Noah settles it down. Braden's in the middle. Noah curls, comes up high, chips it out wide. Kinger's got it. It's in his feet. Oh, he's looking to tip one off of Braden. Good look. Good think by Kinger, but couldn't quite capitalize. Now Culver coming back with a 2-on-1. Good save by Brandon. They elect not to pass. Take the shot. Braden's ready for it. Or Brandon's ready for it. Braden now with the puck. Reverse hit. Shoulders his man off, but Culver's able to get at it, stretch it. They get it up. Good job getting back. Loose down in the front. Oh, they're able to clean it up. So really good job getting back and put some pressure on Culver. But we could not get possession of the puck. It pops back down in front. And they were able to roof one over all that traffic and find the back of the net at 3:13 left to go in the second. We got a 2-1 hockey game. Face-off goes to Culver. They throw it into the zone. Schulenberger's there. He's going to chip it off the boards. Finds Larkin. He taps at it. Potter goes in on the forecheck. Separates his man from the puck. Goes over into the corner. Spiewak gets there. Throws it low for Potter. Potter, he gets taken down. It's pinned into the corner. And it looks like we get a hand pass whistle and a stoppage at 2:50 remaining in the period. And I think that should come out. And, yep. Culver goes through a line change. Our guys are fresh. They're going to stay out. Culver's going to get sent packing, jumping the gun. Second man comes in. Puck pops back into Culver's possession. They reach the line, get poked off, recover it. Regroup, cycle the puck around, gets thrown in deep. Brandon settles it down. Schulenberger reverses it back behind the net. Suki chips it up to the far side board. Spiewak bumps to Potter. Potter makes a move. Quick snapshot, rings right off the top of the pipe, bounces back up to the half wall here where Culver recovers. Good shot by Potter. Spiewak breaking up the center ice pass here as they scramble for it. And weird bounce off the back wall, comes right up through the middle. Culver had a good chance. They just missed on connection. Potter now making some moves. He's trying to get around a couple of guys, gets taken down in the process. They get tangled up down there. Culver, they fan on it, loose in front for Potter. He makes a good save, but the net comes flying off in the process, and we get a stoppage. He's our trainer. Comes over. Not sure if you guys saw that. He's hopping back on the Culver side here, having a look at, I think, one of the Culver players. Really blessed and fortunate to have him join us and be here to help any of the players if something happens. Good battle along the far side boards that Culver retains possession of. They go D to D in their own end. Chip it up through the middle. It's tipped deep into the zone. Cooper gets there, tipped it off the wall, finds Alex. Alex gets some help up high from Winter. Winter drives in low. They're moving the puck around, gets thrown into the corner. Goldie's there, Gabe's with him. Winter comes up high. Culver able to get possession, work their way back through the neutral zone. They'll drive the puck deep. Corny picks it up, chips it around, comes up high for Gabe. Can't quite get to it, but Culver tries to chip it back in, and it hits Gabe and clears his zone. Culver stands on the first attempt to throw it deep, then gets the second one. This one rims around. Drew's there. He's going to cycle it back this way. Comes up the near side boards. Cooper's going to get to it. Cooper throwing one towards the net. Jackson's stick is tied up, can't move. Comes back into the mix now, into the corner. Burt comes in to help. Weiser takes a one-time shot, gets deflected, goes up high and to the right. Ian able to poke at it, keep it in. Irvine tries to chip it over for Burke. That's broken up. Culver now clearing the zone. Making some moves. Throwing it back towards the middle. That gets broken up by Cassidy. Kinger backhands it up. It's going to be kept in by Culver. Cycled back down. Culver centers one. It's loose. They're not sure where it is. They blew the buzzer. Looks like the light came on, the horn, the whole deal. Guys were celebrating. Not sure what's going on. We got a Culver player down. They get tangled up back behind the net. Oh, I'm sorry, the buzzer was for the period. I'm totally not paying attention to the clock. I thought they were hooting and hollering to say it was a goal. I'm sorry, I forgot where I was for a second. There was only just a few seconds left in that period. I forget that how short the periods feel after we cut halfway through. The refs having a conversation over here. And then they're, I think, coming over to talk to our bench. They have the door open, but I think that's just the ref having a seat during the intermission. I think we're okay. Coach utilizing all of that time to talk to the boys. No, it does look like Kinger's going to have to go and have a seat. All right, so to start this third period, we're going to have to do it on the kill. Ref taking a second, maybe relacing his boot there. All right, face-off comes over to the Knights. Schulenberger able to chip this one. Goes over to the Culver player. They settle things down in their own end. Looking to come out. And drop it to the right side. And go cross ice up high. And Pearl try to cycle the puck. That gets broken up. They retain possession. Schulenberger's able to get to it. Gets a nice hard clear all the way down. Takes another weird bounce off the boards. Braden comes in strong. Trying to get to that puck quick. And it gets thrown back all the way down in our end. Schulenberger's going to get there. Sorry, it's Suki. Suki gets it to Shu. Shu bumps it. Braden's able to tap at it. Can't quite keep possession, though. And Culver ends up with the puck in their own end. They settle it back down, back behind the net. Skating up through the middle. And drop it low. And chip it in, cross corner. It rims around. Suki tries to chip it up. And it gets by him. Culver now has it down low. It's broken up by Cooper. Bit of a scramble, though, inside the faceoff circle. Braden gets there. He gets a hard chip and a clear on it. That comes all the way down. Their goalie settles things down. Larkin comes out. He's the front man. Potter, Smith, and Picorni with him. That zone entry is broken up. Knights come away with possession. They got 18 seconds left to kill as we do a hard chip and clear all the way down the ice. Culver making some moves. Potter steals it, hangs on to it, trying to kill the last few seconds. He's able to do so and clear the puck. It goes right to their goalie. He gets a touch on it. Kinger rushing to the bench. Gets involved in the mix. Wisely stays out. Ends up with the puck. Chips it, trying to clear it. And chips it into the bench. So we're back to 5-5 here. Face off goes to the top of the circles. Noah's able to skate this one out. It gets broken up though. Culver, D to D in their own end. A little bit hard to handle, but they got the room to make a recover. Kinger over to Ian. Ian back to King. King bumps it up to Noah. Gets a tip on it. Braden goes in. Puts on some pressure. Inadvertently gets called for the trip. And now we got to touch up here. Their goalie coming to the bench. Delayed penalty coming. Now it's touched up and we get the whistle. So Braden's going to have to go take a seat for a trip. Very incidental, but still. Lost the stick in the process. Tried to avoid it, but a little too late. Ref doesn't like the guys on the far side hashes encroaching in, so he sends one packing. Face off, comes to the top of the circle. Noah picks it up. Noah's going to hang on to it, makes a move, curls it, and then drops it down low. Goldie goes in to puts on some pressure, ends up with the puck. Tries to cut it back low, but couldn't quite keep possession of it. Now, Culver driving the puck in deep. Takes it back behind the net, throws it up high. That's broken up, comes out of the zone. Almost had a chance for a break there. Goldie working hard on it. Culver making some moves, centers one. Dangerous opportunity here. Good stick by Noah. He breaks up the pass. Goldie with the puck at center ice, making some moves. Hangs on to it, throws up high. Making some good plays, still hanging on to it, making some more moves. Just killing time. Throws it right through the middle, finds Winter. Winter can't quite get a shot off, comes back to Goldie tries to chip it in, pins it at the wall for a little bit. Now Culver's coming out. They slow things down, regroup in their own end. 54 seconds left to go on the power play for Culver Academies. From their own end, skating up the near side. Coming through with speed, chipping past a couple of guys. Lost the puck, but almost found the right side. And instead, Potter gets it, throws it on a clear, goes all the way into the Culver bench. So that comes back down our way. "35 seconds left to go on the kill for your NorthStar Knights." They battle for it right along the boards. Potter able to clear it. It's on net. Their goalie settles it down as Winter comes in and puts on some quick pressure. Larkin, Wise, Smith, and Paporti out here to try to kill off this last 26 seconds. Face off, comes to the near side hashes. Culver cycles it back down low. Their man sets it up back behind the net. They cycle things, come up the far side boards. Throw the puck in deep, takes a weird bounce off the back wall. Loose down in front. A couple of sticks in the way, stop that from getting to the net. Comes over to the near side corner, hard clear, all the way to the opposite end, which kills things off. Irvine comes out, trying to put on some pressure into the offensive zone. Culver able to stretch one up. They take it back behind the net, looking to make something happen. Drew gets in the way, shuts that down. Net pops off, and we get a whistle. 23-16, the shots are reading. 2-1 the score, both in favor of the Knights with 12:49 left to go in the game. Couple of penalties here for us in this third period. Still putting together some good chances. As Larkin's out there with Irvine and Wise. Backhand from Kinger over to Ian. Ian hangs on to it. Pops out. Feathers one up for Irvine. Irvine has the puck. He's got Larkin up high. Loses it. Has to scramble. Backhands it. Finds Larkin. Irvine picks up the loose change. Quick snapshot. Oh, actually was looking for the right side for Larkin. That gets broken up. Thrown. Kept in deep. Culver gets to it. Makes some moves. Irvine with a big hit in the offensive zone. This gets chipped around. Larkin gets to it. Throws it up high. It's past both of us, though, and Culver now comes away with it. They're able to enter the zone. They drop it up high. They throw it toward the middle. No one's there. Ethan's going to get to it. He puts pressure, forces them down low. Dangerous in the front. Ethan's going to get to this puck on the far side hashes. He chips it into the middle. He finds Irvine. That's broken up by a couple of Culver players. Culver coming through, poked off by Kinger. Kinger with the puck, gets it up to Irvine at the half wall. Bump pass over to Gold. Gold cuts into the middle. He gets chopped at. A couple guys collapse on him, and Culver settles things down. Culver stretches one up. They go off for a change. Brandon settles it down. It gets reversed around by Schulenberger. Goldie tries to chip it up. Fans on it a little bit. Comes back into our end. Schulenberger over to Suki. Suki, I thought he bumped that up. He did not. Gabe gets it into the middle for Cash. Cash looking to make something happen. Drops it for Goldie. He gets a good shot. And then a second one that gets deflected up into the netting. Another couple of good looks there by NorthStar. Knocking on the door. 11 minutes to go exactly in this third period. Burke, Winter, and Lang out there on the forwards. Culver having the puck. Comes back to the D where Schulenberger taps at it. Burke from his feet. Backhand pass behind him. We try to go through all the traffic. That gets broken up. Suki chops at it, keeps it in. Braden comes in. He goes to the far side hashes, drives it down low. Gets hard into the boards. Hand is up. Winter comes over to defend him, and then they get tied up. Let's skate away from this one and take advantage of the call. Don't want to lose the advantage here. Hopefully, there's not another call. Looks like just one guy's going to the box, so our guy's skating off. Coach putting together the line to come out for the power play. I'm not sure what the refs are talking about, but so 2 minutes on the clock. So I don't know if Coach was looking for like a 210 or something because it was like a boarding or something. I forget what the rule is for that, like at youth hockey for USA. But either way, we got a 1 minute advantage here as Culver goes to the box for 2 minutes. Pops up high, Larkin with the puck. Comes over, looks at the Spiewak. Spiewak down low for Goldie. Goldie centers one. Oh, man, good setup. I guess the net popped off. Ian had a really good look there. Saw the net move, thought maybe, but side of the net, not the back. But it was wide open. It was right there. It's a good setup by the guys. Alex to take this face off. Drives it straight up high. Larkin gets to it, comes over to Spiewak. Spiewak back up to Larkin. Larkin walks, gets it over to Ian. A shot just off the mark, and that rims around deep all the way back into our end. Larkin's going to get to it. Cycles and drops it for Ian. Ian out wide to Larkin. Larkin bump up to Potter. Potter's got some speed. He's crashing in hard to the net. Oh my gosh, so close. Puck just rolled on him, and he could not quite bury the secondary attempt. Culver able to clear this puck all the way down. Brandon settles it down. Spiewak bumps it over to Ian. Ian sets it up, cuts, reverses back with a little bit of pressure. Drops it for Larkin. Larkin making some moves, hangs on to it. Larkin skating up, backhands it in, rolls up and out of play. You got 54 seconds left to go in the power play. 9:25 left in the game as Braden wins this faceoff back to Drew. Drew manages to get it up to Noah. Noah drops it up high. Whitmore settles it down. Making some moves. That gets tied up into the skates of Culver. Not the cleanest way to do it, but that works out. Fancy skating by Whitmore. Loses the puck, though, in the process. Culver settles things down in their own end. They take it back, trying to kill off some seconds. And then the hard clear comes all the way down. Brandon gets a stick on that. Drew's going to pick it up. 22 seconds left. Nice stretch pass up. Finds Whitmore. Whitmore bumps it for Noah. Noah comes up high, gets it to Braden. Braden evades. He's walking in, ships it down low. It's loose through the paint. Finger tries to get a stick at it. Instead, he's muscling through. Get some help now from Noah. Noah shaking and baking, moving around. Comes right up to Culver, though. They pop it back into open ice. That's going to kill things off. Back to 5-5 hockey as Drew picks it up back behind the net. Skating with some speed, chips it up for Cash. Cash, bump past. Drew now coming through. Dropped it up high. Nobody home. Culver, open ice chip. Schulenberger able to tap at it. Stops them from driving in, but they do keep possession. Now it's thrown down low. Weiser trying to disrupt that. Drew goes to clear it. Hits Weiser. Weiser now with the puck. Ethan skating up hard. Keeping possession, driving the puck. Gets it out of the zone. Throws it back. Gets some help from Schulenberger. Schulenberger making some fancy moves. He likes to take a lane. Drops it up high. We're not quite ready for it. Winter gets it over to Suki. Suki keeps it in. Ships it back over to Winter. Winter from the hashes up high. Braden with the puck now. Throws it towards the net. Loose in front. Couple of opportunity. Weiser's right there. As they're all banging around, goalie makes some good saves, but strong net front presence creates a good opportunity. So Ethan out there with Alex and Sam. Sam taking the puck, trying to chip it back towards the middle. Goldie's there, trying to get at it. Culver comes away with the possession. They'll stretch one up and ice it. So we'll get a quick whistle, and things will come back down this way. Culver coming away with this face-off. Chip it up to the far side. Kept in up at the point, thrown back in. They glove it down. Chip it into open space. Comes deep into our end. Schulenberger's going to get there. Settles it around to the far side. Winter's got it. Goes cross ice, finds an open Suki. Suki making some moves. And we're offsides. A little bit of a hit after the whistle. Some guys take exception to that, and they mix it up down into the corner. Culver trying to change. Ref says, no, you cannot do it. Still, I think sometimes they know that. They know it's going to give them a rest anyway, but either way, this puck pops forward, comes right through the middle. Irvine goes in, trying to keep it in. He's able to get a stick at it. Gabe comes in to support. They battle along the hashes on the far side. Comes down low. Tuner's there. Comes over to the near side, stretched up by Culver. Culver making some moves, entering the zone with some speed. A little bit of a break, but that's broken up by Drew. Puck works its way out into center ice. Comes over to Irvine. Irvine trying to make some moves. He gets tied up, taken down. No call. Burt trying to get it through as the goalie was laid out. Not a position, but a little too much traffic. Can't find the back of the net. Good stretch by Burt. Keeps the puck into the zone. Comes over to Irvine. Irvine snapshot. Rolls up. Couldn't find the back of the net. Colton coming back the other way. They get by Drew. Hard snap shot. Loose in front. Brandon with two really good saves. Good rebound control, keeping the puck in front of him where he could see it. Allowed him to be right in the perfect spot to make sure that secondary rebound chance did not find its way in the back of the net. So 5:57 left to go. 5:56. That was weird. Clock just changed, even though there wasn't running. Culver winning the face-off, cycling it down low. Comes to Kinger. He backhands it, gets it up to Ian. Ian over to Larkin. Gets bumped off for Spiewak. Spiewak drops it back low. We regroup. Kinger to Ian. Bumped in by Larkin. Spiewak goes in, puts on some pressure. Culver's able to chip it around to the near side. They throw it back into the middle. It's broken up. Ian has it. He's going to hang on to it. Chips it into the zone. Culver gets to it. Larkin gets a stick on it deep. Spiewak's there as well, but pops back into neutral space. Kinger gets it over to Potter. Potter makes a couple of moves, catches it, gloves it to himself. Little toe drag move, drives the puck in deep, tries to center one. Spiewak comes in to help, pops up high, a little bit of a mix up there, back behind the net. Culver feathers this one deep. Suki, he has a man on him. He gets wrapped up. Schulenberger comes to help. He pokes at it. Potter comes all the way back, separates his man from the puck. Suki gets taken down. The puck pops up high. And Culver trying to throw a pass up high. That comes all the way down to the other end, though. Culver coming through with some speed. They throw it in deep. They go for the dump and chase. They pull it off. Comes into the middle. Noah reads it well. Breaks it. He's by himself. Now he's got Braden with him. Feathers it over. Forehand, backhand. Looking good. Well, we get the puck back. Braden tries to center one that's broken up. Culver chips, clears the zone as a couple of guys go down in the backfield. Whitmore gets a shot off. He also gets punished as we hit the 4-minute remaining mark. Noah working hard in the corner. Cash comes in to support. Spin, cycles it down low. No one's going to get there. He gets pinned to the boards. Braden picks up the loose change. Throws it up high. It's a little off the mark. Drew recovers shot. Deflects up into the netting. Culver coming away with the face-off. Keeping possession, centering one. It's loose, looking for the left side. Goes a little bit wide left. Chip back out into neutral space. It's a little bit too much for Weiser to get to. He's in the right spot. Just a little bit too much in front of him. Culver finding some ice. And a toe drag snap shot. Off the mark, rolls all the way up high to the near side point. A couple of guys go down right there at the point. Puck gets low. Goldie gets to it. A bit of a scramble up at the wall. Cleared out by Langer. Wise goes in to get it. Culver able to chip at it. Goldie makes a spinning move. Gets shouldered off the puck. Weiser gets there, tries to center one, finds Larkin. It rolls up. Comes over to Kinger. Kinger settles things down, throws it towards the net. Pad in the corner. Goldie gets there, cycles it low. Larkin back up high to Kinger. Kinger with a one-time. It goes wide right. Ian picks it up, though. Ian makes a couple of moves, chips it in the front. Spiewak kicks it to himself and then chips one. Ran out of real estate, though, and hit the goalie. Potter getting his face off to Larkin. Larkin gets it out wide over to Ian. Ian making some moves, takes a shot. It's loose. It's in the front. Kinger takes another good shot. That rolls off the side. Larkin now has it. He settles things down. Comes up high. Kinger with a one-time. Gloved into the corner. 2 minutes remaining in the game. They battle for it along the far side boards. They have some open space. They're off the mark. Culver player makes a scrambling save and recovery. Gets the shot off, but it's off the mark. And we get a hand up. So I think we might be going to the box. Not the way we want to be with 1:52 left. We got to kill one off here for the rest of the game. So I'm thinking that I thought Culver might have taken a timeout there, but whoa. Oh, he's got a 5 minute? I missed that. So Potts is in the box. We've got a 5 minute on the board. And now the timeout comes. So Culver taking the timeout, which kind of makes sense. What was it called, Jade? Oh, was it? Yeah. Yeah, I missed it. Okay. Yeah, well, that'll do it. So Potts takes an early departure. He's going to go shower off, I think. Yeah, it's tough with 2 minutes left to go. We're going to have to kill this one off now. All right, they pulled the goalie. 6 players out for Culver Academies. Pops up high. Culver with the win on the faceoff. They go D to D with it. They throw it into the corner. Come back up. They cycle things around up high. Center one through. That gets broken up. There's a hog pile in front of the net. Brandon's able to get a glove on it. Got a broken twig as well in the process. Okay. 1:33 left to go in the game. And they didn't like the setup there, so Culver gets sent packing. They come back in and we'll Get a clean drop. This comes into the near side corner. Schulenberger able to rim it around to the far side. Larkin gets there, bumps it out into neutral. Braden putting on good pressure hard. That gets broken up now. Culver coming back through, chip the puck into the zone. Schulenberger, he's going to get to it. Chips it up off the glass. Stopped at center ice by Culver. They get shouldered off the puck. Battling hard, trying to reach in. Chip cleared by Larkin. Comes all the way down. Spiewak's going to get to it. That's where the penalty actually works to our advantage here right now. Take those shots freely at the empty net if we can and avoid the whistle. But Culver now chipping the puck, getting it back into the zone. This one comes clean to the far side. Drew able to chip it up towards the point. Culver now takes a shot, deflects, tip. Brandon's ready on the redirect, tracking the puck well. That definitely changed directions on him, and he got a good glove on it. A couple of guys for the Knights go out. Larkin, Strom, Cassidy, and McCorney out there. Like the clock was running there for a second. Ooh, dangerous chance there by Culver. It gets tied up into the corner as we try to get through this last 25 seconds. They center one. That goes clean through to the other side. Another shot. Brandon's ready for it. Gets a glove on it. And he shuts it down. Yeah, I think they're talking about the clock. Maybe not. So the rest discussing it. Let's see what they're saying here. One ref's heading over to the score table. 3 seconds being added to the clock. So I think that's going to jump from a 14-7 to a 17 or 18 seconds. Maybe not. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they just had a delayed start on it. Good save there. There's this puck gets chipped, comes all the way down. Larkin puts on some pressure, gets rimmed around to the near side. Braden's going to get to it. Snap shot just off the mark as we almost bury one. So couldn't come away with the empty netter, but we do come away with the victory. Very close one, 2-1. The NorthStar Knights winning over Culver Academy. 36-24 are the shot tallies on the board. And we have a chance tomorrow for the tie-breaking game in the series as Culver takes away the first one. And the NorthStar Knights coming away with a victory here today. We are back here tomorrow right at Herb Brooks National Hockey Center for game 3 between Culver Academy and NorthStar Christian Academy. And Larkin, I believe, leading the group through post-game prayer. There you have it. NorthStar Knights coming away with a 2-1 win after yesterday's 5-3 loss, setting us up for a nice third game showdown tomorrow, right here in St. Cloud. That will conclude today's streaming. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.